Sorry about your bad luck.
I watched the video the other day, and all you the entire time it was talking about Jay.
It's funny. Well, now here we are again. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's pay attention, please. All right, these are non-standard operations. So when you look at the symbols, don't freak out. They're going to give you the definition of the symbol or the rule for the symbol. And so A diamond B, I'm going to call it a diamond for lack of anything better. A diamond B's rule, whatever you want to make it, you can do it, is whatever the A value is, we square it, and then we subtract the B value. So A diamond B, the 3 would be the A diamond B, the 4 would be the B. So now we're just going to plug these into the rule that they established for this operation. So the A has to be squared. So 3 squared, I'm going to use a minus sign, and then I'm going to subtract the 4. So 9, take away 4 is a 5. So my answer would be 5. Sir?
What is the point of all this?
As I explained at the beginning, to think outside the box, to learn to be comfortable with things that don't look familiar to you. Okay? And learn how to interpret things. All right, so X hand Y. X hand Y. There's the rule. So I need the absolute value of 3x minus 4y. So X hand Y, that means this side is the X. So there's an X, there's a Y. So that means I need the absolute value of 3 times the X value, which is 2, minus 4 times the Y value, which was 6. So I have 6 minus 24, but it's the absolute value of that. So that's a negative 18. And what is the absolute value of a negative 18? Positive 18. Good answer.
I knew that.
I hope so. Once you finish the math, yes, your final answer will be positive, but you don't change it in the middle of working it. You wait till the end, okay? Yes, yes. No. Your final answer in an absolute value is always a positive value, okay? All right, the second one here. I'm sorry, the third one. R smiley face S is 2 times whatever the R is plus 3 times whatever the S is. Uh-oh.
So you solve parentheses.
We have to do order of operations. So I'm going to pretend that this 3 and the smiley face are not existing because I need to work with what's in the parentheses first. So this would be my R. This would be my S. R smiley face S. And the rule for that would be 2 times my R value, so it's 2 times the 4, plus 3 times the S value, so that's 3 times the 5. So I have 8 plus 15, so that becomes a 23. So this entire set of parentheses now has turned into a 23. So now I have 3 smiley face 23. Okay, you see what we did? No, there's no dividing. Now we have an R and an S again. Okay, so I simplified here first, get this answer, and now it's 3 smiley face, whatever that answer was. Follow the rule for a second time. So 2 times the R value, which is a 3, plus 3 times the S value, which is a 23. So 6 plus 69, 75. Evidently it is. It's whatever they're telling you in the rule is what you have to do. Okay, the rule is, you got to pay attention to what the rule says. How are you doing so far? Pretty good? All right. Let's look at the next one here. A sunshine B. All right, is the same as A minus B squared. So this would be an A. There's the sunshine. This is the B. I have to calculate the parentheses first. So A sunshine B has to be worked first. So 2 minus 1 squared. So what is 2 minus 1? 1. So now all of this first operation turned into the number 1. So now I have 1 sunshine 3. Looks more like one of those flying Chinese dagger things, doesn't it? Ninja Star, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I love those.
My bad. Best you're gonna get out of me. Okay, so now we have to use that again, right? A minus the B squared. So 1 minus the 3 squared. So 1 minus 9, that would be a negative 8. So you see how this is going to go? Okay, this is what your homework's like. This whole top half was your homework. That's what you're going to be doing. But you love it when the but comes in. Sorry. But I want to have you guys look at these two examples here at the bottom, because this is some deeper thinking, and you're not going to see this on your assignment, but it's going to be something that it's kind of like a matrix. And if you like sort of puzzles, you might like matrices and this type of thing. Yeah, okay. This isn't an official matrix by any means, but it's got a similar structure. Yeah, okay. So if I have the operation dog, and it is defined on the set of elements, D, O, G, and S, and it's shown in the table below. So we're going to look at the row and then the column when we look at this, okay? Column. Now, what would be the value of O dog G? So I'm going to go find the row that has the O dog and G. What letter intersected with those two? S. Yeah. I'm not going to say always, but for the most part. If it gives you a rule to do it differently, yeah, you assume row column, okay? Okay. All right. So O, column G, you get the element S, right? Is this commutative? Now, what does commutative mean? We traveling, right? We commuted, so we got to trade places. So now, commutative means we would do G. Don't judge here, people. Sure. Now it looks like a dinosaur, but okay. Yeah. Okay. G dog O. So let's try it again. We're going to go to the row where we have a G. So it starts with a G. Dog O.
Yes, it is.
I got the same letter, so it is commutative. Whether I went O dog G or G dog O, I wound up with the element S. It's kind of interesting though, isn't it? It's okay. Now, the identity element. Okay.
If it's identical.
Well, yes and no. All right. The column and the row will be exactly the same letter at their intersection. So, in other words, the row D and the column D should have the letter D. Did they? No. The row O and the column O should have the letter O. No. The row G, no. The row S, yes. So S is the identity element. Okay. And now we're looking for the inverse of each element. All right. Now, the inverse is going to be when you get symmetry, meaning matching, over the diagonal. So if I were to do a diagonal through my table, is there symmetry on either side? Okay, so on this side I have a G, and directly across from it I have a G. On this side I have an O, and on this side I have an O. On this side I have a DS and a DS. O and O. Notice how you could fold them and they would overlap essentially in the same location? It's kind of cool, right?
By the way, I looked at it, it's SDF and DS, that's all I did.
That's fine. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, you have to start from the upper left corner because that's the definition, sort of. You have to start from the headings, right? That's kind of interesting, right? That's definitely matrixy material. Okay. Well, it's probably because it's built correctly. So okay. So now that's all right. Now let's find the inverse of each element. All right? The inverse of each element is where we would get our identity element back, okay? So, in the row that has the D, S was my identity element, right? So, what letter would give me an S that would hook up with the D? This D and this D create the S. So, D is the inverse of D. On the O, what letter would give me an S? The G. So the O is the inverse of G. Kind of get it? All right. How about on this row? I need an S. G and O. I need an S. SS. Okay. So the S is the inverse of S. So when you get your identity element, you found the inverses, okay? All right, good. Now, is this statement true or false? D dog G, in parentheses, dog S is the same as D dog, parentheses, G dog S. All right, so D dog G is an O, right? What's O dog S? O dog S. O. So my final answer here is an O. I know. All right, so now we have to do parentheses first. G dog S, G dog S, G dog S is a G, and then D dog G, D dog G. Wow. So is this a yes? Yeah. So these are the same. Okay. It is true.
I just took the parentheses to a different area.
Can't do that. You have to keep it where it is. Okay. Okay, because they're asking if this is true or false. You have to work with what you have. You can't change it. All right? All right. Real quick on the back side, and we'll be done. Yep. All right. Some people call this a window pane, and I like that description. It's just a kind of a crooked window pane. Some people see an X. Yeah, so whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say window. All right. So what is the value of M window A? M window A is a A. Is this commutative? So now we have to see if I flip it, will I get the same thing? So I'm looking at A window M. Okay, so A window M. Oh, no. So this one's not commutative, is it? The other one was. Okay. What is the identity element? No. It's T. So what you're looking for is when the row and the column make their same letter when they match. So if I have a T here and a T here, look, it created a T. So T is going to be your identity element. Okay. And what is the inverse? So I'm looking to where the letters intersect and create the letter T. Okay, so M is the inverse of M.
How is it?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because it gives you the identity. Um, Great question. Here we go. Welcome to Algebra kind of 1 and 2. If I have the number 1, the inverse to get to T, which is your identity element. Yes, yes. But mathematically, it looks like this, Jason. Because the inverse, and so you would get back to where you were, okay? So the inverse is the negative of it, okay? So here we go. Huh?
Joey wants to know how is this helping society?
What?
Well, hopefully you'll be thinkers who can think outside the box and independently and not believe everything at its immediate visual and expect things to stay the same. I mean, it's teaching you to think. Algebra has nothing to do with the actual numbers. Algebra has everything to do with you thinking through things. That's truly the only purpose for algebra, is to get you to think beyond a basic level. And that's what math does. So, understand? Okay. So, the inverse of M is M. The inverse of A is a H. The inverse of the T is the T. And the inverse of the H is the A. And is this going to be true or false? And we'll be done. So A window T is an A. Okay, guys. Guys, it's thunder. Come on.
I don't know because mysteriously, but like mentally, I'm like 3 years old. Oh, I know.
Okay. M window A is an A. So my final answer here is an A. Over here, shh, M window A is an A. A window T is an A. So that's true. Now, the first one was the commutative property. What was this one? No. It's associative. Look, they're hanging out with different friends this time. The parentheses changed. Their order didn't change this time. Okay? All right. All right, I'm going to get you your worksheet. Have you got any questions?
Can it be, oh, right. I was going to say, can it be Friday, like,